I first started drawing when I was a really little kid, and it was really all that I did in my free time. And so I think by the time I started school, I already knew I wanted to be an artist when I grew up. When I was 5, the first thing I wanted to be was a children's book artist, and I think that was because my mom would take me to the library and get me stacks and stacks of picture books, and when I wasn't drawing, I would be staring at those. A few years later, I found out that I had a cousin who was an artist, and so I asked him, well, what kind of artist are you? And he said, well, I'm a video game artist. And I remember being a little shocked for a moment, and then it just kind of clicked. I'd been playing video games for several years at that point, and it wasn't until that moment that I realized that there was someone behind those games, creating those worlds that I was running around in and making memories in and interacting with. And I decided that I wanted to be a part of creating those experiences for others too. That was what I wanted to do. I asked my cousin, well, how did you become a game artist? And he said, well, I went to this school and I majored in this. And so I said, well, then I'm going to that school and I'm going to major in that. And one day I'll be an artist just like you. And he laughed, and I'm not sure if he really believed me at the time, but every year after that for Christmas, he would buy me an art set. And it was the kind that had like a little bit of everything in it, like a glue stick and some colored pencils and markers. And I think it was that sort of encouragement that allowed me to keep following my dream. And so I eventually did end up going to the college that he went to, and they had a brand new game art program there. It was probably 5 years old, so I enrolled in that. In my junior year of college, Blizzard actually put out a student art contest, and the prize was that you got to tour Blizzard and meet all the artists on World of Warcraft. And I just thought, well, wow, I'm gonna give it a shot. And so I tried my very best, working really hard on a submission over the next few weeks, and I ended up winning along with 2 other students. And we got to tour Blizzard, and I pestered every artist on the team, asking them, you know, what were they working on at the time and how did they do it? And at the end of the day, I was kind of sad because it was time to go home, but then they pulled me into an office and they said, well, that's not it. You get an internship. And I think I screamed a little bit. I was so excited. And the internship was amazing. It was 3 months of getting to work on assets that actually made it into the game. And when it was done, I went back to school. For a year, I graduated, and then I came back to join the team. So for anyone who's looking to be an artist, I have 2 pieces of advice. One would be that it's okay to be afraid, and it's okay to have some self-doubt, but never let it affect your actions. I remember there was a lot of times where I felt like maybe I wouldn't be able to get into Blizzard. It was just so intimidating. I had so many of my favorite artists there, but I just put that at the back of my mind and kept going anyway, and there was never really a plan B for me. The second piece of advice is that never forget about the people that helped you reach your goals. For me, it was my dad and my cousin, my uncle and brothers, and a teacher that believed in me when I wasn't sure I could make it to Blizzard. And I think that if we can remember to appreciate them, then we'll always be open to learning and growing on the journey we still have ahead of us.